Right, so I was just moving my touch screen in place, but Aisha is already in place here. Good evening to Aisha.
Good evening, Israel. Another sweet jacket.
Thank you very much.
Right, so it's time now to take your thoughts on the most interactive segment on Joy News Prime. Now, stand by with all your gadgets. I'm talking about your phones, tablets, and all of that. Join the conversation. It's on facebook.com/JoyNewsOnTV. We're also on twitter.com on Joy News, at Joy News on TV. And you can also send a message via WhatsApp. The number is 0560-800,000. Please send your name and location when sending that message, but please don't call. All right, so let's get started. President John Mahama has called on Ghanaians to give the Electoral Commission the space to conduct the 2016 elections. He actually made this comment or statement at the Independence Square on Wednesday to mark the Eid al-Fitr celebration. What do you think about this comment?
EC is a different entity. It is on its own. So at least we should allow her to do what will please the whole country. Not this one today, this one will say this, tomorrow this one will say this. It's like you're confusing her. Okay, so the president in charge of the whole nation said we should give her the piece of advice so that she can do and do it better.
The EC is an independent body, and therefore if there are interference, I'm sure as human beings, if people are just telling you do this, do that, I'm sure you'll be confused. So I believe we should just leave the EC alone to do its work, and let's pray that she does its work very well.
We need to allow the lady to work, because so far as she's there, and I think so far as Mama giving her the power to, I think she can do the job. So, when Afrejan was in there, I don't think Afrejan was was talking to the press like the way this lady is. So I think we should allow her.
So lots of people have also been talking about this. We'll get the comments in a jiffy, but let's move on to our next issue. Media Foundation for West Africa has charged the National Communication Authority to own or disclose media owners, radio stations. The calls come in the wake of two Muntie FM panelists' threat to some Supreme and High Court judges. Now, the MFWA believes that transparency in the allocation of frequencies is critical in the quest for promoting professionalism in the media. Let's see what you think about this.
That would be very necessary, because one way or the other, the CEO of a radio station tends to determine how the radio station will be managed. So knowing the political inclination of the person, one way or the other, determines the views of the radio station.
I do agree to that, on the score that why should you own something and hide behind the scenes? And if you think that whatever you are doing, there isn't any clandestine activity, then for me, people should know who is behind what. It's a step in the right direction.
If they know the owners of the radio station, in case an issue, they will know that, okay, this is the owner of the radio station, so that they can hold that person responsible.
I think that's the best. That's the best, at least so that we know who is behind what. So that if your radio station is saying something that's wrong, we can question you. Yes, and I believe that we can hold the owners responsible for whatever their members or their employees are saying.
So a lot of messages have been coming on our social media platforms. Israel, let's see what's on Facebook.
Right, so on Facebook we have, John Paul says, I love Enter My TV. Electoral Commission be the best commission because they tell Ghanaians more than half or 14 million people registered with NHIS cards, but produce 56,000 to the Supreme Court. It's only the opposition parties who criticize the EC, and this one says, yes, it is true. Yes, as far as they do the right thing. All right, so Aisha, you can move.
And on WhatsApp, lots of messages are coming. This one says the EC is very credible and is internationally one of the best Ghanaian institutions. The EC was the best when it declared results for the MPP in both 2000 and 2004. The veiled attempt by MPP apologies to demonize the EC was simply not worth. This is from Burma Kwabaji from Jine Jine. This one says, who's preventing EC from working? She should do what is right and nobody will talk. This is from Tay from Somanya. This one says, the president is in a dilemma, and is he now the PRO of the EC? This shows the woman is incompetent. This is from Bogolu. And a lot of the messages here are also on our first issue. This one says, I agree with him to some extent, but the ruling party to avoid being spokespeople to the EC, they're always on the same page with the EC, which is very worrying. This from Bambakia Samed from Fumbisi. And so we can move on to our next issue. And it's, I don't know how you take it, but what will be the craziest thing you will do to travel abroad? Well, in his quest to fulfill his dreams of traveling to Switzerland, a 6-foot-tall Eritrean migrant hid in a suitcase on a Swiss-bound train. He was, however, not lucky as Swiss border guards caught him. Let's find out what some of you shared.
I'll just hide in someone's bag or probably look for a white old man, very, very old, like 79 or 80, and marry him. I won't kill him, but I know definitely he's going to die, and I'll be there. Well, since I'm married to him, then the two shall be one, so everything is mine. I'll be there.
I can go to Libya and try to cross the river. I will go to maybe in the refugees area to ask for help or do something better to have what I need to cross the river to go.
Like my worst is like traveling by sea, because through sea I think it will be much safe for me than other stuff. Way. It will be it will be quite well for me. I don't know how to swim much, but it will be difficult for me. Well, but I think that one will be better for me. I think that way. Okay. It will be better for me, yeah.
I just plan with a friend maybe who has been there before. That maybe next time if he's going, he puts me into his bag and he takes me outside.
I think I'll hide in the container at the port or stowaway. Because I think that will be the best option. Yes.
So, Israel, what are some of the comments coming on Facebook?
All right, Larry Razak says, I'll hide in a baggage to travel because the politicians are killing us here in Ghana. Janet Bunny says, why risking my life because of abroad? I always pity them. Mamiama says, Israel, I'll do exactly what you will do because I can't think far. And I'm not sure if you know exactly what I would do. But definitely I wouldn't be hiding in a suitcase to travel abroad. So I'm not sure you want to do that. Richard Abrakwa, Ghana is too hot to live. Isaac says, what is pursuing him is more than what he is going through now. Okay. Robert Mensah says, this is too much. Those are some of the comments on Facebook.
And on WhatsApp, this one says, we'll pray to God. That is from Andy from Nkoko. And this one says, prevention is better than cure. I will not go. And you're saying you didn't add your name. It says the president of the country is on point when he says he should give the EC space to operate. We should instead be encouraging the state and constitutional institution. We have one Ghana. Let's all guard at jealousy. This from Baguri John from Elmina. And this one says, I prefer dying in Ghana than to be a slave in another country. This from Bambakia Samed. And this one says, I will hide in cocoa sack and mixed with it to be exported with the cocoa to abroad. This from Sadiq Samale. Sadiq, don't try it because you will be caught, right? So
okay, so before you go on, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand how he was caught. Because if he was in a bag and the bag was concealed, then how did you get him? So I decided to open up the story. It's the Telegraph. There's a man who was traveling without legal documents was found when guards boarded the train to check passengers' documents in Chaso, a town just over the Swiss border in the southern canton of Ticino. The guards' suspicions were aroused by the strange shape and heavy weight of the suitcase, which they immediately removed from the train and placed on the station platform. It was, and the quote says, it was not hard to know there was a person inside, given the weight and the movement of it. So I guess that's how they found him. Too bad for him.
Right, so let's check our trending video. It's a video of a woman who live streamed dramatic Facebook live video footage showing the police gunning down her boyfriend over a traffic stop. That has sparked an outrage in Minnesota in US. The video shows a bleeding man next to her in a car as a police officer aims a gun at him through a car window. Well, viewer discretion is advised. Anyway. Terrible.
This is really tragic, and these things keep happening in the US. It's about the second to have happened in just within 24 hours. And
wow.
It's getting really serious. The other one, the guy was put on the ground and was shot, and it sparked some outrage out there. I mean, this shouldn't be happening.
This is very terrible. Well, we have a trending picture. Let's see that.
Right. So that's a trending picture, and it's a saloon car which has been modified to have horns. So the horns. And it makes it actually look as if it's like a bull. If you look at the front, if you look at the front of it, that's devilish.
Well, this reminds me of what my grandma used to tell me. She says that every car is molded with a human face. Really? Maybe this one was molded with an animal face.
And I recognize where they took this photo. Actually, it's right here in Accra. It looks like around the cathedral near the Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Somewhere there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sure. On that trending picture note, we enjoy News Interactive. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a good evening.
Right, and my name is Uzolai. Thank you very much for watching. You can get more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a good evening.
This is Joy News Prime.